Hello everyone, in this video I will give a short introduction to how you can use the style transfer algorithm. I will not go into any technical details, you don't need to be a technical person. I will just give very practical tips on how you can use this tool, how you can utilize this technology in the optimal way based on my experience. If you are a visual artist or just a creative person or someone interested in technology, I think you will find this interesting and you can make it useful for yourself. Okay, so let's see how this website actually works. So first you need to create an account, but it's free and it's not a big deal. And when you do that, you see this. So this is kind of a feed. Here you can see what other people do with this tool and the ones that get the most likes. You can like and dislike here if you want. And if we look at this feed, at the examples of the work, you can get the kind of idea, the intuition behind how this thing works. So we clearly have a base image here, a style image here, and the result, which we can see here. So how this works is that you take the base image and try to keep the high-level shapes of everything, the general colors, the composition of everything, as close to this as possible. But the small details, you want to be as close as possible to this one. So, for example, you take small pieces of this, for example, this spot here, and you want this to match as close as possible to some spot on this one. And you see this happened here. It became more like a circle. It's even more visible here that this flowery yellow circle became almost identical to this thing here. And then as a result, you get these artistic style images that are, you will not be able to take a photo like this. And now, how can we create something like this ourselves? It's really simple, no big deal. Here on the top, you just click generate and you go through this simple process. The first thing you need to choose is the base image. You can upload something here. I already uploaded my cat and I'm gonna use it this time. Then you need to choose a style. You have 3 tabs here, default styles that are just, some basic options provided by the creators. Here you can upload your own image, just like with the style. The things you uploaded and liked, you can see here as my styles. And here there are popular styles. So I guess this is the stuff that gets used the most. And it's a great source of inspiration. It's always a bit different every day you check. So this is a really nice option. But I'm gonna choose this my style for this picture of a cat. Because it's a clearly an oil painting with very big strokes, so you can see these pieces of oil, the shapes of it. So if I use this style, it's gonna give my cat an oil painting vibe. It's gonna look like it's painted. And here we have some additional settings we can use. So these settings cost us energy. We have these credits here, and every time we create something we lose these points and they regenerate through time. So if you want to make something bigger or smaller, you will pay more for bigger, but usually this is enough for me. I guess if you want to print it on a big resolution, you are gonna use this, but this is just fine. Here you can choose how much you enhance it. I don't know what this means, but it generally puts more effort into this. The results are slightly better, so I usually keep it at medium or high. Iterations boost is how long the algorithm you keep running. So how deep it goes. It's also, if you give more, you get more quality usually. I'm not sure how it works, but 1.5 usually works for me. Here you have style weight. So how much of this image should be the style and how much should be the base. So here you will get something very close to the original, and here you will get very altered. The style will be very heavy. You might not even recognize what was there before. 50% is usually okay, unless you want something very specific. And style scale, So how big should the style features be compared to the original picture? So here you will get this, the details will be very small, the changes will be on very small scale, and here they will become big and mess with the more general features. Its default is 100 and it usually works for me. Here you can choose to either preserve colors or not. Yeah, that's whatever you like. And here you just generate and it starts loading. It's gonna take a while, a couple minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe more if you choose more intense settings. So now let's wait and see. The one I did costed just 5 energy, and the maximum you can have is 35. And if you want more, then you need to pay. That's the business model of this website, that basically everything is for free unless you want to do it very often, and then you have to pay. But this 35 credits is usually perfectly enough for anything you will need. Okay, as you can see, it's finished. It took even shorter than I said. It took only 2 minutes, and you see how it looks like. It really resembles a painting with these, spots here. It's kind of blurry, but in a very specific oil painting way. So and now, it looks like a piece of art, not just an ordinary photo. So that's what I really like about this tool, is how it really enhances your creativity. It doesn't require you to know how to paint. It doesn't require you to have any particular skills. You just need to be creative and choose the right art, and then the job is done for yourself. It's a really versatile tool, and I hope I will show it to you on a couple of examples from my work. It will give you maybe some inspiration. So the first one is, as you can see, I wanted to maybe recognize this man. This is Wim Hof. He's called the Iceman because of the stuff he does. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to make him look like he's made from ice. And I was looking for many pictures on the web, but none of them really captured the variety of how ice can look. So what I did is I downloaded many pictures, all looking like ice, and I put them in sort of a collage. Here you can see it. I put it all together so that the algorithm has a richer data. It has more points it can draw from, and it looks like ice in its various forms, not just the one form you could get from one picture. So if you mash some photos together, the results are gonna get even better, even, richer in fun textures, and you can see how it works. Like here it looks more like an iceberg. The face looks more like an ice sculpture, something like that. And this blue beard, I think it worked pretty well. So, you can get creative with the styles. You can really mash together images to get a very detailed and fun style. Another example is this piece. So you don't have to limit yourself to pictures of people and cats. Here I went totally with abstraction. I just drew some random lines, put some colors so that there is some structure to that. This thing doesn't really look very nice. It's just very random and not that fun, not that rich. But if you apply this style, I didn't create it myself. I took it from the popular style. Then the result you get, I think it's better and more interesting than this and than this. So if you combine them, you get something very unique, very, very special. So, you can try it with abstract stuff and get very, very interesting results. Another example is how you can make a video out using this. It will require using a different tool. It's called Epsynth. Maybe I will do another video about it. But how it works is that you first apply the style transfer to something. So here I took this photo of a volcano and some smoke, and I took this style of some dragon, and I got this nice abstract pattern. But this picture is not only a picture, but it's a part of a video. So if I take the video and I take the frame that was painted and, you know, I link them together, I show where exactly in this video this is supposed to replace, then it will extrapolate and it will apply the style, the colors to the whole video, which you can see here. The quality is a bit lower and you see that it's a bit shaky, but you know, the moving flames from the mountain, they really give some life to this and really makes a very interesting result. So it's also cool with videos. This is a very basic example, but you could go very far with just deep style and this AppSync tool. The last example I want to show you is a more practical thing. It's not about just getting some fun result, but this is something that I did as a part of a treasure hunt I made for my friends. So this is a city map, and you know, I wanted to give it a retro vibe. Like, I took an actual photo from Street View and I used this style, which is like a map from 1700s or 1800s, and you know, it looks really like an old map, and if you put it together you get something really cool. Like, the streets are where they are supposed to be, so it's still a useful map, but it, you know, it looks super old, and the effect was really nice to actually print it and pretend that it's some, you know, ancient artifact. So yeah, you're only limited by your creativity in how you will use this tool. And that's how you use Deep Dream Generator and the style transfer algorithm. I hope you found this content useful and interesting. If it inspired you to create something, please let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any useful feedback. I have a couple more AI tools up my sleeve, so you can expect some more videos coming. So maybe consider subscribing, and see you soon.